Hey everybody, Samir here back and joining us today is yet another very special guest in our lineup of awesome dudes and dudettes. Joining us today is Dan Ashendorf. How are you, Dan?
I'm really well, Samir. Great to be here. Thank you.
Awesome, great stuff. Hey Dan, let's dive straight into it, and we'd love to know a bit more about you, your story, leading all the way up to IM, and since then, and all the success you've generated. Talk to us a bit about yourself.
Yeah, sure, Samir. So I'm from the UK. I live in Watford, UK. I've been self-employed now for the last 5 years. Before that, I was in sales, in IT and computing sales for 20 years. So for a long time, but I've always hated working for other people. So when the opportunity came, when my company was laying off staff, I took a voluntary redundancy. This was back in 2014. And basically, I'm a full-time affiliate marketer, even though my wife and I also run an e-commerce business. So we do a lot of importation from the Far East, and we do a lot of drop shipping as well. And we drive traffic on Instagram and so on. So I'm a director with my wife, but also I do full-time affiliate marketing as well as launching products and coaching. And the reason I do this as well as e-com is I just believe in diversification, because you never know what's around the corner. I mean, Amazon could shut you down, eBay could shut you down, your PayPal could be shut down. So I just believe in having multiple streams of income. And so that's what I do. I launch multiple products. I try to do it about once every month. I try to come up with a new app, and I mail about 3 to 4 times a week to my list, because that's one of the things, you have to have in any sort of business. I think you need to have a lot of output. So you need to be doing a lot of content or products or whatever it is. You just need to be doing a lot of it in order to make good money. And that's kind of the mantra that I have, is to be doing a lot of output. And that's really this kind of the story. Let me know if you'd like any more detail about anything else.
Awesome. No, that's a great overview. Really love it. Very inspiring story as well, because you've come from an IT background, corporate structure, and you wanted to go your own way. And this is how many journeys are. We find out. So pretty amazing stuff. Now, I'm sure it's not been a cakewalk all the time. You're successful now, and you've faced struggles, obviously. But you've been able to overcome them and generate even more and increasing success. So talk to us a bit about the entrepreneurial mindset, about facing struggles. How do you overcome them? Talk to us about that, please.
Yeah, sure. So there's no one sort of simple answer for that. I think you need to be, just like I was saying before about multiple streams of income, you need to have multiple skill sets. So you need to be very sociable. You need to be networking well. You need to know the right people, which is the same thing, but you need to be adding value. So it's not good just meeting people in the pub and having drinks with them, because there are these sort of events where you get to meet other people, but you need to be good. So working well under pressure, being creative, coming up. I mean, what I do is I come up with my own sales copy. I have a graphic designer. So people know they come to me for value. They see me as a valuable resource. So they might come to me with a product, or I might come to them with a product, but there's always synergy. So that's the kind of human element of it. In terms of the interaction that you have with your customers, you need to be, I mean, again, that's just another string to your bow, is working well with customers. So being of the right temperament to provide good value. I mean, you do get, like any industry, you get people who might annoy you. They might want refunds, or they ask you questions which you think are a little bit flippant or whatever, but it's about providing good customer service. And when you overcome that, you do find that you have return customers, you have repeat custom. So that's another thing. And I think that's really, so being sort of networking, adding good value, and being good with customers, I'd say that's a top three. I'm sure there's others, like, for example, being creative, being fast on your feet, learning how to maybe, sort of what code works and what code doesn't work if you're in the software industry. So there's a few other things, but I think I've touched on the main three parameters that would, if anyone just starts today, I think that will put them in good stead.
Awesome. Now, this gives me the lead into the next question that I have for you, someone just starting today. And just imagine you were this person, and knowing what you know now, if you had no money, no list, no website, and even no clue, what would you do to start making money online?
It's pretty much what I was saying. So this is a good industry, because unlike my other one, the e-commerce one, there is no stock to hold. So basically it's just people pay for knowledge. So you can start with like zero. But I think the main thing is about value, because people are willing to pay for value. And that your value, as I said before, is either knowledge, or the ability to write, say, good copy, or the ability to create graphic design, or the ability to create membership sites, or anything like this. So once you understand the industry, so I think the first thing you need to do is you need to understand the industry, how it works, and maybe to do that, go into the Warrior Forum and maybe have a look at some products. and have a look at the products and say, what part of that product can I add value to? What part of the chain? Because you have 6 or 7 different elements. You either have driving traffic, or you have a list, or you have, as I said, copy or design, or a membership site or anything. So what part of that can I add value? So that's your first thing. And then find like-minded people to add the value to. And then before you know it, you will be striking synergies, and you'll be going up and up and up the kind of value chain, and people will be starting to send you opportunities. So that's, I think, is probably possibly the fastest way to make money. And this is how I started myself. I mean, I came to someone with an e-com idea. This was back 3.5 years ago. I just said to him, look, I've got this arbitrage ebook, and which I just wrote. And I said, how about co-launching it? And he said, yeah, fine, let's do it. And we sold about 3,000 copies, and that was kind of really the start of my affiliate marketing journey. I mean, that was good money, and I had a list, and I see that as the kind of the start of where I began. And that's exactly what I was just saying now, is to find that synergy and find out where you're good and taking that value onto the marketplace.
Amazing, awesome stuff. Now let's get down even more into the meat of this. Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Awesome stuff. So now, if you were starting out today, what steps would you take to get to your first $10,000 online?
So this industry has, I mean, it's not a magic wand, but this industry has 3 components. So it's about mailing for other people. So it's about being an affiliate marketer. So selling affiliate products. The other one is launching your product. And the third one is coaching. So when you either make your first dollar selling affiliate products, or when you launch a product, that gives you the level of knowledge you can actually go out to the marketplace and teach other people what you do. It doesn't have to be one-to-one coaching or anything like that, but you can maybe release an ebook or do a group coaching or whatever. So once you hit on these 3 different parameters, that's when you start to make the $10,000.
Amazing. Okay, awesome stuff. Great. Now, what we're very keen to know is, there are lots of systems out there. Yeah? Everybody's coming up with a system, or there are millions of things out there, and a lot of times newbies get overwhelmed. So what the right thing to do is how to figure that out. So how does one choose the right system? Talk to us maybe a bit about also the economics of affiliate marketing, if you would, please.
Yeah, so the systems aren't just to do with affiliate marketing. Like, for example, at the moment I'm promoting a product which is about, I guess it's an Amazon affiliate sales, and it's about creating videos and ranking them on YouTube. So I think the main thing to do is choose a niche. So make money online, which is what we're in, is not the only niche. I mean, I'm in the anime niche as well. I'm in eco-friendly niche as well. So I think you need to choose your niche first and foremost. And then once you do that, you need to be driving traffic and taking care of conversion. So you need to be thinking about traffic, and there are different ways of driving traffic. But once you do that, once you learn how to drive traffic and then convert the traffic, then you start making the money. And I think this is the way. I think a lot of people don't have the niche selection element correct. And but by the way, apologies if it's got a bit dark here. It's
yes. I was saying, I was wondering what happened. Yeah, no.
Oh, I got completely dark. Okay. So what I'll do is just bear with me. Let's pause and I'll get some more lighting on. Okay.
No worries. Yes.
Okay. Let me just do that now. Right.
Thank you.
Right.
Awesome. Great, wonderful. Yeah, I can see you. Wonderful.
All right,
yes.
cool.
Yeah. So you're saying yes, the affiliate marketing. Yeah, but that's actually exactly the answer that I was looking for. Really valuable stuff. Now, any closing pieces of advice after you've provided so much value to my audience, or to our audience listening to this?
Yeah, guys, and again, apologies for the noise. We've got rain on the roof here, so it's all sort of happening. But the piece of advice that I would give you is to always go after the first dollar. So don't try to make $10,000, but go after the first dollar, dollar or $100 a day, and just have a very clear plan of action as to how to get there. And then rather than sort of try to take too much on, just try to take a little bit in your stead, have a plan, go for your first dollar, your first $100 a day, and then the rest will follow, because you'll be getting the right sort of skill set in order to move on to the next level.
Fantastic. Dan, awesome stuff. Thank you very, very much for taking the time. I much appreciate it. And, the viewers are going to have an awesome amount of value coming out of this interview. I much appreciate it.
Thanks very much. Take care.
Thanks.
Bye.